Good morning, my name is Shem Mwikia, this is Pulse Live Kenya, and today we are live currently at Freedom Corner in Uhuru Park, where Kenyans have come together in order to protest against Bobi Wine's unlawful or lawful, against Bobi Wine's detention. Anyway, if you don't know what has been happening, Bobi Wine, a popular artist turned politician, is currently in detention in Uganda, and a lot of people, if not all people, believe that his detention is unjust. So Kenyans have come together today here at Freedom Corner and will be making a march all the way from here to the Ugandan embassy in order to protest what has happened to Bobi Wine. So as you all can probably hear, things are already getting pretty lit. Music is playing, people are holding up signs, people have got the red going on, and I think it's a pretty good effort that people are coming together for, East Africa. We should be one. As you can see, we're at a monument that was put up in memory of those who were tortured, which I feel like is a very appropriate place for this march to begin. Excuse me, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
My name is Shem Mwikia, this is Pulse Live Kenya. Could you answer a couple of questions for us?
I'm Evans. Yes.
Evans, are you a Kenyan?
I am.
So, let's say as a Kenyan, yes, why did you feel the need, or why do you feel compelled to come here and be part of this campaign to free Bobi Wine?
Okay, it's embarrassing to see the situation, how our leaders are treating fellow leaders or normal other citizens. So it is disgusting that the nation, when you find somebody who can fight for the society, is always undermined. His efforts are undermined, maybe arrested, maybe being molested, maybe being beaten ruthlessly, and at times they are being killed. So we feel it's not recommended, and we can, if the people's power, the way my fellows say, can salvage us from these problems, we think we come together to fight for our freedom. Yes.
So, have you followed Bobi Wine from his musical career into his political career?
I personally knew Bobi Wine as a singer, but of late I came to realize that I became a parliamentarian, a leader, and I thought it could make a very great leader for Ugandans, because I know Ugandans have been suffering for a couple of years. Since I was born, I've known Uganda to be suffering a lot. At least Kenya, we have got problems, but we can come up and solve them at one time or the other. And here we have got a proper constitution where we have got a president. A president can be very bad, but after some time he gets out and we get another one. Yes, change is as good as better.
Thank you very much. Let me see what the other people here have to say. Okay. So as you can see, people have really come together for the man like Bobi Wine. People got the Uganda t-shirts going on and everything. Yeah, what's up, guys? How you guys doing?
We're okay.
My name is Shem Wike. This is Pulse Live Kenya. What's your name?
Eric Mugabe.
Aquari. Yes.
So, first question I would like to ask is, are you both Kenyans?
No, we're both Uganda.
I'm Ugandan. Yes.
Okay. So, because for the people in the audience who might not really know exactly what is going on, could one of you guys just briefly tell us what led to Bobi Wine's detention?
Well, I'll give it to him.
Well, as Ugandans in Kenya, we are deeply concerned about what's going on back home. Museveni has ruled us for, I think, close to 32 years. I was born when Museveni was in power, but what he's doing to us, it isn't a modern democracy. He's arresting people. He keeps on beating politicians. If you're his opponent, you're his enemy. And we as Ugandans, we can't accept that. We've come to Kenya. We are students in Kenya. But what we are seeing in Kenya, it's very liberal. There is a lot of democracy in Kenya. And when we compare the situation back home, it's really worse. So I think by us protesting here or demonstrating, showing Bobi Wine support, I think it can help change Museveni's mindset.
So, actually, initially what I was trying to find out is that I want to just the people watching, in case they've not been following the story so closely, to get a bit of background. So might you be aware, or could you be able to tell us just briefly what led to Bobi Wine's detention?
Okay, well, Bobi Wine had gone to Arua in the West Nile province of Uganda to campaign for, let me say, his member, the candidate he wanted to go through. So during the course of the campaign, Museveni was also there campaigning for his candidate as well as the opposition members. So after the campaign, Museveni's convoy drove through the supporters of the opposition. So and you can't really do that as a president. So people were angry. and he claims people broke one of the glasses of his car. So as a result, they ended up killing Bobi Wine's driver, thinking they had killed Bobi Wine. And worst of all, they planted evidence that Bobi Wine had gone with guns and bullets in his hotel, which is false. So as people got pissed, people were like, you have to release Bobi Wine. He has done nothing. And secondly, Bobi Wine is a civilian. He shouldn't be tried in a military court. He's supposed to be tried in a civilian court, the High Court, not being tried in a court martial. So as Ugandans, we want Bobi Wine to be released. We feel he's the hope of the country right now. Yeah.
So personally, what would you say you hope to achieve from today's protest?
Well, I would just say every voice counts. It's not that we might achieve much, but we promote sensitization. So the general population, everyone knows what's going on in our country, and it's a very bad situation. Well, I'm personally protesting for the release of Bobi Wine. I do not deter with any government or anything of that sort. I just believe Bobi Wine is a civilian like any of us, and every civilian should be treated with equal rights. Yes.
So have you guys followed him like from his musical career into his political career, or you just fans?
Oh yes. Oh yes, we've been following him for a long time, but that's not why we've come here today. We've come here because he's a civilian and he should be treated like a civilian. Exactly. Otherwise, he's a very great artist as well.
All right. Thank you guys so much for your time today. We stand with Bobi Wine. We insist we must free Bobi Wine. Thank you guys. We're gonna head on down to like the crowd. As you can hear, they are blasting Ugandan music. Some guys over there are fighting. But let me excuse me, sir. How are you doing? My name is Shem Wikia. This is Pulse Live Kenya. What's your name?
Ramadan. Yes. Yes. I don't look like Ramadan.
I didn't know it's a person's name. I thought it was like an event. It's like being called Christmas.
So there's Ramadan and there's Ramadan.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright. So on a more serious note, are you a Kenyan? First question.
I'm a Kenyan.
You're a Kenyan.
Yes.
So as a Kenyan, why did you feel compelled, or why did you feel like you needed to come out to support the cause to free Bobi Wine?
Personally, as a person who has run for the office for two times, 2013 and 2017, I think there are people who have overstayed in the office, and this means that young people tumekuwa tukiambiwa kuwa, we are the leaders of tomorrow, but now the problem is these people who are telling us that we are leader of tomorrow, they don't give us that chance of being those leaders. You see, example in Kenya, if you see the meeting that has been organized with youths, the kind of the faces that you'll see are not youths. Those are 40 plus. But the organizer will be very happy saying that these are the youths, this is the youth forum, or this is the youth, whatever, any meeting that they're organizing. Yeah. So to me, I think a person like Bobi Wine is a young, energetic person who is trying to revolutionize Uganda, who is trying to send a very strong message to the old guard there that the time of dictatorship is over and it's time to handle the battle over to young, fresh leadership in Uganda. Yes.
What do you hope to come out? Like, what do you hope is the outcome of having this protest in Kenya today?
I think, to me, being that it's been done into Kenya is a way of just sending a message to Uganda, and is also a way of sending a message to all of African leaders who don't want to get out of the seat, that it's time for them to let it go. You can't be there forever. You can't be there until death. Until your death time, but it's time to let it go. Yeah, so for us, it's a way of just sending a message to Uganda people and other African countries that we have presidents who have overstayed there. Yes.
Thank you very much for your time today.
Asante.
Let me find out what other people here have to say. Okay. As you can see, things are getting, I want to say lit, not wild, because it's good. It's not bad. But a lot of people have actually come out here today. Excuse me, sir, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
My name is Shem Wikia. This is Pulse Live Kenya. What's your name?
Peter Kiali. Yeah.
So we're live on Facebook currently, and I just wanted to find out: you're a Kenyan? Yes, Kiarie.
Yeah, I'm Kenyan.
So as a Kenyan, what do you feel like compelled you, or why did you feel the need to come out and support the cause to free Bobi Wine?
He's one of us. and accommodate. So we cannot allow the dictatorship that will come to kill the leadership of youth. Yeah.
So have you followed Bobi Wine from his musical career into his political career, or are you just here supporting someone that you listen to or that you're a fan of?
I have followed them
So you're also aware of like
for so long. Yeah, I have followed them for so long. Yeah.
So just briefly for the people who are watching and might not know the full story, can you just tell us what led to his detention? Why we feel like it's unjust?
I think it was because of his popularity. Yeah. Yeah.
So like his popularity in comparison to Museveni.
Yeah. I think his popularity make Museveni to fear him. Yeah.
So thank you very much for your time. We have another gentleman over here I want to speak to. I'm in a Uganda t-shirt, so I think it's from Uganda. Hey man, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
My name is Shem. Your name is?
My name is Charles. Yes.
Charles, so we're live on Facebook right now, and I wanted to find out, first of all, are you a Kenyan?
No, I'm Ugandan.
You're Ugandan. So what has brought you to Kenya?
Studies. I'm here on school. Yes.
So I want to find out from you, right? Just briefly, can you tell me what led to Bobi Wine's detention and why personally you feel like it's unjust for him to currently be detained?
I believe trying to put it in a few words and a few sentences won't do it the justice that it deserves. It's a result of the political situation that has been in the country for so long. A massive number of people feel they have been hard done, and the ruling personalities, that is Museveni and the NRM party, have been very unjust in the way they have done things. Many people believe that the country is going through the turmoil that it's going through because of the kind of leadership that we have. Bobi Wine right now is a voice for very many. Uganda for so long had gone through a phase whereby so many people had lost hope, so many people had lost belief in the country that they truly love. What Bobi Wine has done is that he has brought so many people together to the same table, and so many people that had lost hope now believe they have a voice. And the fact that majority of the Ugandans are youth connects very well to what Bobi Wine stands for, and what he stands for is what a number of Ugandans believe in. So the manner in which he was arrested is very demeaning to the way to Ugandans at large. The stories and the justifications that the Ugandan government is trying to put out sort of undermines us. They think it's like they believe we are dumb. They don't really try. You know, they say you can lie to some people all the time. You can lie to older people some of the time, but you can't lie to older people all the time. So Ugandans are at a stage whereby they are really frustrated, and the manner in which they are handling the person that is their voice has them angered. You can see the solidarity. There have been riots and all across the country. It's not only in Kampala, it's in Jinja, it's in the north, it's in the west. Even in Kenya, to my surprise, that's how powerful the voice of Bobi Wine is. We understand that someone, if at all he did commit an offense, then present him before the courts of law and do it in a competent way. There's a due process which must be followed. What the ruling administration is doing right now is putting that on the back foot. He has been taken before the court martial, and that is for the UPDF, those that serve in the army. I understand that the law in Uganda states that someone may be subject to the court martial if they are found in possession of firearms. Well, I do hope they actually have evidence to prove that. I highly doubt they will be able to. And what angers people the most is that in the court martial, if at all he is convicted, it could be a life sentence. However, in the civilian courts, it takes a maximum of 7 years. So if people find out about it, they are going to be angered. So the protest here is that if at all he has committed an offense, take time off and actually activate the due process and take him to the courts of law, the competent courts of law. Problem is in that Uganda, we feel that the courts of law have been compromised. There is very little trust in the Ugandan system, be it the legislature, be it the parliament, be it the executive. So Bobi Wine stands as a sign of hope, as a sign of change. We believe that, fine, if at all they did something, we were not there when Museveni did what he did, but if at all he did what he did, we thank him. But it is high time that the baton was passed on, and even if not to Bobi Wine, but Bobi Wine stands for change, and the manner in which Bobi Wine has been treated is a way change is being hampered, and that is why so many people are angered, and that is why so many stand with Bobi Wine. Yes.
So like let's like considering the position and the history that a man like Museveni has, how do we hope to get some form of justice for Bobi Wine?
First and foremost, he has to be presented in court. That is the first way to make sure that justice is actually attained. He should not be tortured. He should not be detained by the military in the first place. But if they can prove that he should be detained, then let them do so. Let them go to court and argue their case. I'm 100% sure that they will not win that case. I'm so sure. And he's being presented in court today. And the mere fact that he was not presented in court in Kampala, yet the military prison which was in Kampala, but being taken to Gulu, paints a picture. They want to take him from where majority of his support is. So the first steps was let them take him to court and let them do due process. With due process, then that is the first step to attaining justice for Bobi Wine and the community at large. Yes.
Thank you very much for your time. We stand with Bobi Wine. Let me find out what a few of the other people here have to say.
Thank you very much.
Hey, sir, how are you doing?
Fine.
My name is Shamwika. This is Pulse Live Kenya. We're live on Facebook. I was wondering if I could ask you a couple of questions.
My name is Twasema Edgar. I don't know English, so I'm a citizen of Uganda. I'm from Uganda. I want to say Uganda.
Okay, so just briefly, what would you like to say to the other people who are supporting Bobi Wine right now?
So n'olwekyo ffe abannayuganda bali eno mu Kenya tetuli basanyufu olw'ekigenda mu maaso e Uganda ku nsonga ekwatagana ne Bobi Wine lwa nsonga tebalina kyamaanyi nnyo kyebasobola gavumenti kyesobola kutulagako, n'olwekyo tetuli basanyufu nnyo era tuli banyiivu era twagala kwekolamu omulimu omunene tujje tulage obutali busanyufu bwaffe mu Kampala mu kibuga wakati tulage gavumenti tuli basanyufu lwa nsonga oyo musajja mwoyo gwa ggwanga. So n'olwekyo tumwetaagira ddala, twetaagira ddala nga mu butuufu eddembe lye libeere nga libeera free kubanga mubaka mu government, n'olwekyo tetuli basanyufu ffe ng'abannayuganda abali eno Nairobi, Kenya. Neyanza nnyo neyanzegesebo. Thank you.
We're also live in Uganda, so I'm sure there's a lot of people who've understood what you're saying. Thank you very much. Let's see who else we can talk to here today. Kartabar, you're saying thank you to our brothers in Kenya. Hello, how are you doing? My name is Shamwika. This is Pulse Live Kenya.
How's it going, man?
I mean, I want you to say your name. I'm not sure you need an introduction, but just quickly, could you tell people who you are?
I go by the name Holy Dave, otherwise known as David Muthengi. Yeah.
So, Holy Dave, as a Kenyan, why did you feel like you needed to come out for this protest today?
Actually, this is why I came out.
Yes.
This summarizes it. You know what I'm saying?
Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Exactly. People on social media have been asking me why I'm protesting, why I'm talking against this. Yeah, because I should be talking about Kenyan issues, but we've been talking about Kenyan issues and we'll continue talking about Kenyan issues. So if we start talking about Ugandan issues and East Africa's issues and Africa's issues and the world issues, we're talking about injustices anywhere. You know what I mean? So as a world citizen, as an active citizen, I feel that I can talk about anything. Yeah.
Okay, so is there anything, because we're live here and we're live on the Pulse Live page in Uganda, is there anything you'd like to say to the Ugandans, like just anything that you'd like to say to the people watching Uganda?
Yo guys, this is not about Bobi Wine, this is not about Uganda, this is not about Kenya. This is about injustice, impunity, this is about tyranny. Young people, this is our time to stand up. So far, so good. You know what I mean? We're doing good right now. This is a good start. Museveni doesn't know what he did. He created a monster. He's creating a monster. And these monsters are going to bite. They're going to sting. So young people, stand up, rise. This is our time, man. We have the power. Peke yako, if you're alone, you can't do nothing. I can't do nothing. But together, we can do this, man. We can overthrow these guys. Yes, I said that.
Thank you so much for your time, man. Let me find out what a bunch of the other people have to say here. Let's hear what he has to say. What's up? My name is Shamika. Your name is?
I'm Dan Brighton, the activist.
So, we're currently live on this page, and we're also live in Uganda. Streaming live in Uganda. I want to find out, are you a Kenyan?
I'm a Kenyan, yes, by birth.
So, as a Kenyan, what compelled you to come out to support this cause that to free Bobi Wine?
I mean, this is so bad. It's so primitive for a whole person like that, 70, to do that to our own. Apart from us being Kenyans, we are one. We are created by one God. So we need to stand with each other at any point in time. Despite the fact that he comes from Uganda, to me the same thing that happened to him can also happen to me, you see, at any time. So I need to stand in solidarity with him and ensure that he is freed. We want to send a stand warning to Museveni and to all those people who may think of doing anything like that to our youths. You know, Bobi Wine is a youth like us, so we need to stand with him. We bring independence. It is not yet Uhuru. We need to bring independence back to Africa, and change starts with me. And when we come together, great things happen. Thank you so much.
So, what's your name?
My name is Tony Agutu.
Do you think there is any truth to the allegations that are being made against Bobi Wine currently?
There is no even an element of anything bordering to truth. Everything is lies, and what we are seeing is just a long chain of oppression that has been going on in Africa. And what we are saying to all youths of this country, Kenya, and in Africa, nobody will speak for you. Get out and speak for yourself. We are here, we are doing it for free, and we are speaking for ourselves. This is our land. We must speak our voice, and we are here and speaking for it. So what we are saying as Kenyans, Ugandans are our neighbors. Yes. When Uganda is happy, Kenya is happy. When Uganda is bleeding, Kenya is bleeding. And we as youths, Bobi Wine is a promising leader, and we are coming out to support his cause. So we are speaking in one message: free Bobi Wine.
Free, unconditional. Unconditional. Yes.
I have a question. Yeah, what's your name first of all?
My name is Alois Alex.
Okay, Alois.
Yes.
So considering the situation and considering Museveni's track record, what do you think, or how do you think justice can be served for what is currently happening to Bobi Wine?
Currently, we just need an unconditional release of Bobi Wine, and then he should be given an opportunity to seek treatment, whatever he wants. Third, Museveni must know something. Power belongs to the people. When people exercise their power, that's the power of God. So Museveni should respect the will of Ugandan. Aura made a very peaceful election. We followed it from Kenya. We have people on the ground in Uganda. And one thing we want to tell Museveni is very clean. Release Bobi unconditional. He is fighting for the right of Ugandans. And Uganda are backing his will. Museveni, we don't beg. We demand the release of Bobi unconditional within 24 hours, or else we are coming in Uganda. Yes.
All right.
24 hours.
Sir, excuse me. My name is Shemukia. This is Pulse Live Kenya. We're live on Facebook here, and we're streaming live in Uganda. Could you please could you tell us who you are?
Yeah, my name is Benjamin Gakuru. I'm a national organizing secretary for New Democrat Party. And the reason for me to be here is to support my brother, Bobi Wine, because I know East Africa and Kenya, we are together. That's why we have a parliamentarian for East Africa. So we want the President Yoweri Museveni to release this Mheshimiwa immediately effect, and also the Mheshimiwa to be given a treatment as a Mheshimiwa. Yes, that's why we are here today. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to find out. Okay, let's quickly before he starts. How do you think we can help this situation, or like how can we get justice for Bobi Wine?
Number one, we should know the freedom. It must come out, and to find the solution for the freedom of this in Uganda. So Museveni must step down so that we can have a free and fair election also in Uganda, and also we can have a free and fair government in Uganda, and also we can have a trained military, not the military to torture the community in Uganda. So that's why we are here today, and we are fighting for freedom. And freedom is not coming tomorrow. Freedom is coming today. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Also, I'm interested to find out, were you in any way involved in organizing this march?
Well, I'm not involved, but I'm also in a civil society. I'm also a leader. So I'm seeking the freedom for East and Central Africa, wherever it is. For any human being must be treated as a human being in this country.
Thank you very much for your time. We stand with Bobi Wine. Guys, let us find out. I think the march is about to begin.
Now, thank you for coming to protest. We are here to express our pressure with what is happening in Uganda, and of course express our solidarity to our comrades there. So this march is being organized by Kenya Rights Commission, encouraged, of course, the Power of People, and the North Side of Kenya, among other actors within the sector. So at this point, I'll ask my comrade from LSK to do something. Good morning.
Morning.
Rose LSK Nairobi branch, and we are here in solidarity with Uganda and the Free Bobi Wine movement. Advocates, no. As usual, as advocates, we will always fight for freedom. We eat within our borders, all with our neighbors. Free Bobi Wine! 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 Free Bobi Wine!
Free Bobi Wine!
People's power! Power! People's power! Power! My name is Jimmy Eddy. I'm speaking on behalf of Team Current. And today we are so glad to stand here today to pass the message both to the Kenyan government, the Ugandan government, Ethiopian government, South Sudan government, Rwandan government, Somalian government, Burundian government, European Union, United Nations, African Union, and all the leaders involved. That today we demand immediate release of Bobi Wine. Again. We are not going to beg Museveni. If Mugabe went home, he will also go home. He must go home. He must release Bobi Wine and the 300 people that he has illegally detained. They don't deserve to be taken to the military court. They are not military, military personnel. They are civilians of Uganda, civilians. And so they deserve justice. They must be released immediately.
24 hours.
Kama yeye anapenda impunity, as we value accountability, sindio? We want Bobi Wine to be released immediately and unconditionally. And the other members of the opposition and also of the media, sindio? Sasa, seriously, just 1 minute. Comrades from the University of Nairobi joined us in solidarity.
Multimedia also is
Power!
for power. As the University of Nairobi Students Association, with the comrades in Uganda, the comrades in Makerere, we want to pass one message. Yes. Power. That an injury to one comrade is an injury to all. That change is inevitable. It was in South Africa, it was in Egypt, it was in Gambia. Uganda will not be left behind. Comrades power. We either release him or we release on him. Comrades power. Comrades power. Incite us. Incite us. Incite us. Incite us, Bana. Finally. Incitement. Incite us. Bobi Wine is a musician, studio. Yes. Apa. Yes. That's briefly. I come on the power. We are saying as musicians in this country, yes, that we will not allow, we will not sit down and watch our brothers and sisters being tortured. Yes. Bobi Wine is one of us. Yes. Bobi Wine is a great musician. Yes. Bobi Wine is a visionary leader. Yes. We know there are many musicians, leaders, and they are being tormented. Their economic power is being violated. We stand up here in solidarity with Bobi Wine. And we are saying all other musicians who are in political position should stand up with Bobi Wine and tell Museveni enough is enough. Enough is
We want them to release him, not with the protests. We are going to have more speeches. For streets. We are going to stop in many places. And the people are going to speak. Okay. Where are you going? It's time to go. Yes, it's time. It's now. Never. Tell us where we are going. Go now. Yes. This is our side. Then to City Hallway, then to Parliament Road, then to Parliament, then to Arambe Avenue, then to Ministry of Foreign Affairs, then Arambe Avenue, Moy Avenue, Kenyatta Avenue, Everybody all else marching to Uganda on foot. Museveni, our day is coming. We are going to march to Uganda on foot. We need him to be free. Not immediately, but now. Museveni, our day is coming. When you will come to us, kneeling down, begging.
Okay, gentlemen, my name is Shem Wikia. This is Pulse Live Kenya. We're streaming live here in Uganda. So news is coming in. Why would you say that we're still continuing with this?
First of all, we did not have to pay all that law to Museveni to withdraw the charges or release Bobi Wine. Museveni knew from the first day that it was so illegal to hold Bobi Wine hostage in military cells. So we've been begging all this time, we've been demonstrating, we've been warning him, but he was not releasing Bobi Wine. So releasing Bobi Wine now will not stop us from going and demonstrating. We are just sending a warning, and I have a simple message to Museveni.
that today he is organizing for our daughters and our siblings and our sisters to be raped. Today he is organizing for our brothers to be molested, to be killed. Today he is organizing for our mothers to be beaten. Today he is organizing for our fathers and our grandfathers to be molested. But a day is coming when Museveni will come to us, kneeling down and begging us, telling us that he was leading us and he was serving us. But that day we'll tell Museveni that we do not know you, and that is the day Museveni will be dead.
Okay. Alright. So do you think him being released or the charges being dropped is enough? Is enough? Let's say justice for what has taken place.
No, that is not enough, because we are really hurted, and if they free Bobi Wine, the next step is Museveni should go home and rear his cows. He has really tortured Ugandans to the maximum. People are not happy about this. All other people, the young people, the old, the mature, they are all crying. Look at Bobi Wine. Bobi Wine is just a parent with 4 young kids, okay? He's yearning in jail. He's supposed to be convicted in these normal cells of police, not in the military barracks. He's not a soldier. He has never even held an arm, a rifle. So we are really not happy, and if it means marching on foot from Kenya to Uganda, we are going to march and show this man we are tired of him. We want him to free Bobi Wine, not immediately, but now, as we talk now, because we are really tired of him. His cows are waiting for him to gun rear. We are really tired, and enough is enough. Museveni, you either like it or not, you are going home. If I told Jesus Christ came on earth and died for our sins, but later he went on, we're still waiting for him. So who are you? You must style up, man.
Alright. So,
let's walk and talk.
Let's find out. Let's keep following the match. But now that Bobi Wine has been charges dropped, and word is also saying that he has been released, what do you think should be the next step?
Let's walk.
Kati Museveni bw'aba ayagala eddembe aliko omusajja oyo gwe tumwagala nnyo. Kati bw'aba tayagala eddembe akole byali kumukola, naffe tugenda kuyimuka, naffe tumulaga ebyo ebyange enkomyawo.
Quick question, are you also Ugandan?
I hear some Ugandan, and I think I can translate that.
Quick, yeah, just briefly, quick translation for the Kenyan audience, because we are streaming live in Uganda and Kenya.
Okay, my friend here is just saying that Museveni must free Bobi Wine as soon as possible. They are saying that in as much as Museveni is holding...
What says that he's been free? Breaking news currently, a few minutes ago, says the charges have been dropped and he's been free.
And I always say it earlier. First of all, let me introduce myself. I am Kweyu Isaac, nationally identified as Comrade Isaka. I'm the chairman, disciplinary student leaders.
Can we walk a bit like this so that you don't miss what's happening?
I was clear in my first statement. Yes, I said that we've been liaising, we've been actually begging Museveni. Other countries have been moving into this demonstration, telling Museveni that he should release Bobi Wine.
Okay.
Bobi Wine is a sign of a new Africa. Bobi Wine is a sign of a new dawn in Africa. Bobi Wine is a representative of the young generation, the ghetto people. Now, why should this person be promising? Why are leaders promising us a brighter future? And yet they are killing us even before we reach the future.
Okay.
We are not here to liaise now with any handshaker. We are not here to liaise with any imposter, with any masquerader. We are not here to liaise with any political businessman and political limbulus.
Okay.
We are here with the sole purpose. We want to hear from Bobi Wine himself that he is free. Okay. It is Bobi Wine to tell us that he is now free.
Yes.
And so it is him who will tell us to leave the demonstrations.
Okay.
If we will not talk, we are not going to left. We are not going to retreat. We are not going to surrender. Yes.
Right, thank you very much. Okay. So the match continues, and we're trying to see the direction that people have gone in, but we can see the people are together. People are walking, marching straight towards the Ugandan embassy to continue with the agenda of the day. Because, as was mentioned earlier by Holy Dave, an injustice here is basically injustice everywhere. It's very deep statement. But okay. So Nyanzi, you're saying we are so thankful for our brothers from Kenya, One Love, so one love to the people watching in Uganda. Excuse me, miss, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
My name is Sherman. Could you please tell us what your name is?
My name is Pauline Kenyatta. I'm an advocate of the High Court of Kenya.
My God, okay.
And we are here from the human rights perspective, the fact that everyone has the right first to be produced in a civilian court, every person. Also, every person has the right to freedom of torture, which we think has been violated in the case of Bobi Wine, in the case of Zake, and in the case of the R33. So we are finally also here because of the right to legal aid, to legal representation. Every person has that right.
Okay. So, what breaking news, like on Twitter and everywhere, says that Bobi Wine, the charges have been dropped and released.
Right.
What do you think are the chances that this is fake news?
Well, I'd say 90%, because probably most persons to cover up tracks want to, and in the wake of such an uproar, most people want to make us feel that yes, but there is such a principle of habeas corpus, produce the body. If Bobi Wine has been released, we need to see it.
You need to see it yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
We stand with Bobi Wine, free Bobi Wine.
Let's welcome. Huh? We have to walk to Parliament where they are headed first.
Oh, that's the Parliament first.
Yeah. Just explain to people that you're walking to Parliament because you can't go around that way.
The march,
oh, yeah.
That is where we're currently headed right now. There's so many people in the comment section. We're watching the others, thanking the Kenyans for standing with them and supporting them.
Right now, I'm going to go to the full park to show the demo. Okay, come.